Devin, can you reach over and flip that to cold only, please?
Good.
Turns a little bit. Alright, Clay's at 33. God, man. It's just awkward.
Dude, this is a freeze watch until 9 a.m. on Sunday.
Yeah, they said it was going to get down into like 30s or something like that. Give or take.
Freeze watch and egg.
I tell you what, when it did back up, it had loaded it up, but you can see the evidence of it. I think it does it go to 6-inch right there? No. Negative. Getting close to that, man. His report showed 93. That still looks the same as what he showed me on his phone. There's the tap. So he didn't zero his camera
Do that.
by 10 foot. He was off 10 foot. So it's 83 feet 5 to the city. What's up?
Stroke.
Structure fire?
Stroke.
Oh. was definitely a soft blockage for sure. More concerned about this cast iron. So 32 foot of cast minus the plastic here. Hey Devin, reach over there and kick that water off, please. What do we have here? Do we have the bottom of the cast iron on here, boys? Is that sure what it looks like to me? But the way that water's rolling down that pipe's giving me a funky little glare.
Mm.
And that's at 27 feet. The sides of the cast seem to be like they're intact. Got some rust flaking and build up. Hey Devin, go grab him.
Alright.
So the clay looks good. It was
Okay.
definitely not roots that backed you up.
Okay.
So what I was seeing on your previous footage, from what I'm seeing now,
Mm-hmm.
everything as far as the clay has remained the same.
Okay.
So nothing's
Good.
shifted, nothing's moved, everything looks on the up and up. The tap connection looks great. Did you guys get on that sewer insurance? Do you
I know
remember?
that we have through our homeowners insurance.
Okay.
We have out to the street.
Okay, good. So inside, it's not horrible as of now,
Mm-hmm.
but the bottom of that cast is starting to go bye-bye.
Okay.
So the bottom of it is starting, you can see, you can kind of see where it's
Yeah.
starting to ripple it up,
Uh-huh.
and then it's in sporadic spots.
Mm-hmm.
So like this all looks good.
Mhm.
Okay, that's I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
But once we get up into here,
Where, yeah, I can
See it?
that.
you
Uh-huh.
can start seeing it,
Mm-hmm.
and where it's just chunking out.
Mm-hmm. So, you,
In spots like that. But with you being finished though and whatnot, this may be something that you may want to start looking into on getting lined.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's like an epoxy liner
Mm-hmm.
that's set up with resin,
Mm-hmm.
and water cures it to hold its form. So that may be the only downside to it is the stuff's kind of pricey,
Mm-hmm.
anywhere from $200 to $500 a foot,
That's pricey.
and you have roughly 32 feet of it
Uh-huh.
before you hit that clay connection.
Set.
He was off on his measurement. It's 83 feet to the city main.
Okay.
So I zeroed the camera right when I got down and was actually laying horizontal underneath the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not counting from my camera reel and in the wall and then down.
Okay.
So, but 83 feet to the city, and then roughly 32 foot of cast.
Okay.
Because the only plastic stir that you have is just what's like right here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably when the bathroom was added onto and whatnot. And then when they redid the house, they did the top rough in PVC.
Mm-hmm. Does insurance cover epoxy?
You would have to ask. You'd have to give them a shout. I've never. You would be the first
Mm-hmm.
if they did. I've never really had anybody look into it. They've been more concerned about with what's outside
Mm-hmm.
and whether or not insurance covers it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could probably clean it up with some hydrojetting, but the only problem is I like to jet from downstream to upstream. That way the material can be dragged out of the pipe. But when I'm jetting downstream with the direction of flow, I wind up chasing that material for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So, and with the pretty much all your newer stools being all anywhere from 1.2 to 1.6 on the gallons per flush. Like I said, it doesn't look horrible, but all the stuff from the flaking and you just have so many sporadic spots
Mm-hmm.
within the cast of where it's doing it at. And I don't see anything on the sides cracking out.
So what would be the failure mechanism, I guess, of that cracking at the bottom? Would that stuff eventually clog up the line again? Or
It can, but see, you clogged outside.
mm-hmm.
When I opened your line, I opened it at about right by the tap, or I want to say around 75, 80 foot.
Okay.
Is how far it was before that floor drain went down.
Mm-hmm.
So your blockage was not internal into the house. It was definitely exterior outside.
Mm-hmm.
So none of that got hung up within the cast.
Mm-hmm.
What I have a funny feeling it is, since all the newer toilets are 1.6, the water's always going to make it through, but then your solids get left behind.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm wondering is if that's not the case here, where some of the waste is making it, but not all of it. Some of it's residing on the bottom of that clay,
Mm-hmm.
and it just starts slowly stacking.
Mm-hmm.
Took 4 years to do it, but nevertheless, and it just finally got you.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was no drastic changes from what I saw from your previous video to this current one now.
Mm-hmm.
So it had to have been soft blockage only.
Mm-hmm.
Now the other thing is internal with the cast. once again, the water's always going to make it through the system no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a feeling some of your solids and stuff are being left behind internal. And then when you guys are like doing dishes, or if you get like a heavy volume of flow, whether it be via from the dishwasher and or washing machine,
Mm-hmm.
it's picking up and carrying the remainder of it, and then gets it outside.
Mm-hmm.
So like right here, you're starting to track right in there. So camera always shows bottom, but you're already starting to deteriorate right in here, because you can see where the pipe rolls around, and you're starting to get the elusive bottom edge, and the same on this side. So, but it's not like you're getting gravel in it, or you're at the point where we call it dirt pipe.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the sides, like right in here at 9 o'clock, it's starting to show cracking, and just minuscule on this side. Do you know if the house sat vacant for a while before
No.
you and your wife bought it?
No, it was.
It was occupied the entire time?
Occupied, yeah, because we actually leased it to the previous family that was here so they could finish school.
Oh, okay.
And
So
then-
they had kids and stuff, so...
Mhm.
So all you could really do is ask your insurance company if they would cover it. Yeah, it's really showing up in here, the crack on the side at 3 o'clock. Because like I said, you either go down that road, or we locate every square ounce of this cast iron and mark it out on your floor. But then the only way you'd be able to get to it from there, my friend, is with a jackhammer and shovels. And since your basement's kind of 50-50, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know the liner sounds kind of expensive, but when you look at doing it the other way around, and then having to pay the other contractors to come in and put your basement back together again, a lot of times it kind of breaks even, or you actually come out a little bit ahead by doing the lining.
Okay.
So no Charmin toilet paper. If you guys are using Charmin, quit.
Yeah, we used
So-
that Amazon shipment.
Okay.
Sherman like
Yeah,
that.
as long as it's not Charmin.
Mhm.
Now I don't know if Amazon paper's like contracted through Charmin to make.
Yeah.
That I don't know.
Mhm.
But Charmin balls up like a paper towel. It does not rip or tear.
Mhm. Okay. Do you think we should have the line cleared out every
I recommend it with
3
you.
years or something?
Well, with you being on clay, I would do it every year, regardless
Every year.
whether you're backed up or not.
Okay.
Just because you want to try to keep the pressure of the tree roots off of that clay. You don't want them getting to the point, my friend, where they grow in there so thick that it can actually blow the pipe apart and or collapse it. So cleaning it once a year is definite cheap insurance.
Okay.